When we think of legendary right-backs, one name stands out above the rest: Cafu. With 142 caps for Brazil, 2 World Cup titles, and a career spanning over 2 decades, he redefined what it meant to be a fullback. His pace, stamina, and leadership made him a nightmare for opponents and a dream for teammates. But is he truly the greatest right-back of all time, or is his status overrated? He changed the game forever with his relentless energy, attacking prowess, and defensive ability. Yet, some argue that he had a weakness that history overlooks. In this video, we're breaking down his career, impact, and whether he's the undisputed GOAT of right-backs, or just overrated. Let's settle the debate once and for all. What separates a great player from another player in the league are trophies. Cafu didn't just collect silverware, he set records, redefined expectations, and remained at the top for more than a decade. His 142 caps for Brazil are the most in the nation's history, which highlights his longevity in a country known for producing world-class players in every position. Very few players can match Cafu's trophy cabinet, a 2-time World Cup winner while playing a key role in Brazil's triumph of 1994 and 2002. He was even captain of the star-studded Brazil squad in 2002 and made that team the Invincibles. At the club level, his journey took him from the battle-hardened pitches of South America to the grandest stages of European football. At Sao Paulo, he played a key role in securing 2 Copa Libertadores titles and consecutive Intercontinental Cups. His move to AS Roma saw the end of the club's 18-year Serie A title drought before the transfer to AC Milan, where he added another league title, the 2007 UEFA Champions League, and the FIFA Club World Cup. However, is it just about trophies? Many great fullbacks have won major honours. Dani Alves has more club silverware, and Philipp Lahm was the tactical mastermind. But Cafu's ability to maintain an elite level across different teams, managers, and footballing eras makes his case unique. Does his rare trait of adaptability make him the greatest? To answer that, we need to look beyond statistics and trophies. Let's focus on his playing style. Cafu wasn't just a fullback, he was an attacking weapon. His ability to surge forward, deliver pinpoint crosses, and stretch the opposition made him a nightmare for rival managers. Unlike many traditional right-backs of his era who prioritized defense, Cafu was ahead of his time. He played like an additional winger, constantly overlapping and creating width. On top of that, what made him truly special was his decision-making. Every run, every pass, every moment had intent. We can agree that he wasn't the most physically dominant in terms of defense, but his anticipation and recovery speed allowed him to neutralize threats effectively. While today's fullbacks are often judged on their technical passing and ability to drift into midfield, like Trent Alexander-Arnold or João Cancelo, Cafu's game was built on relentless energy and width. He never lacked defensively like those mentioned names. His real strength was his high IQ of positional play. Because of that, he sustained those intense performances for years without decline. Well, this style looks formidable, so now we have another question. Would Cafu's style be just as effective in modern football? Fullbacks today are expected to be playmakers and not just attacking runners. Alexander-Arnold and Kyle Walker dictate play from deep. On the other hand, Achraf Hakimi inverts into midfield, and Jules Koundé overlaps to make space for Yamal. Could Cafu have adapted to this evolution, or was his dominance a product of an era that relied more on physical endurance than tactical ability? There is a way to answer this question. Let's compare him with the greats who followed. The beauty of football is that it constantly evolves, and so does the role of a fullback. Comparing Cafu to today's stars, or even his closest rivals from past generations, raises an important question. Should greatness be judged by trophies, skill set, or influence on the game? Surely, all these would make different statement points. Dani Alves is often seen as his biggest competitor for the title of greatest right-back. Alves brought a level of tactical brilliance and midfield-like creativity that rare fullbacks could match. His club trophy haul, particularly with Barcelona, is staggering. However, he was playing in arguably the greatest football team ever under Pep Guardiola. Cafu excelled in both club and international football. Alves never won a World Cup, which can give a hint that he was a perfect piece in a perfect domestic team, and he could never perform brilliantly out of that environment. Then we have Philipp Lahm, another World Cup winning captain, who offered unmatched tactical intelligence. Lahm had the versatility to play both fullback and defensive midfield, but he wasn't as explosive or physically dominant as Cafu. His legacy was built on precision and positioning rather than attacking dynamism. So, completely different player profiles make comparison impossible. Among today's right-backs, Trent Alexander-Arnold is arguably the best playmaker in his position, but his defensive frailties makes comparisons difficult. Reece James and Joao Cancelo bring a mix of physicality and technical ability, but neither of them has Cafu's longevity or international dominance, at least not yet. Ultimately, the debate comes down to eras. Modern tactics have changed what is expected of a fullback, but Cafu's energy, leadership, and consistency made him a force across generations. He was a leader on the pitch, and that is sterling in any footballing era. This factor makes Cafu unique to all of his competition. Great players shine in matches, but great leaders shape teams. Cafu wasn't just a brilliant right-back, he was a commander on the pitch who used to inspire his troops with composure and sheer determination. He wasn't very vocal, rather his leadership was built on action. An impressive work rate and pushing himself beyond the limits made him the ultimate example for his teammates to follow. His defining leadership moment came during the 2002 World Cup. Brazil entered that tournament with skepticism after being runners-up in the previous edition. Cafu's experience and presence provided stability, while the offensive wizards like Ronaldo, Rivaldo, and Ronaldinho stole the headlines with their attacking brilliance. Cafu was the glue that held the team together. He remains the only player in history to captain Brazil to a World Cup triumph while playing every single minute of the tournament. At club level, he commanded respect in every dressing he stepped into. From leading AS Roma to a long-awaited Serie A title, to bringing his experience to AC Milan's legendary squad, Cafu remained a player younger teammates looked up to. He was a gold standard for everyone starting football. However, let's be a little skeptical here. We are talking about Brazilian players. Legends like Ronaldinho and Dani Alves ended up in jail because of their off-the-field actions. Did Cafu's image remain as spotless as his career, or were there controversies that challenged his legacy? Well, Cafu seems to have checked this box as well, and is regarded as one of football's good guys. He largely maintained a clean reputation throughout his playing career, and is considered a role model, both in Brazil and internationally. But retirement wasn't exactly smooth for him. In 2019, Cafu made the headlines for financial difficulties related to failed business ventures. Reports surfaced that his properties were seized due to unpaid debts. This cannot tarnish his footballing legacy, but it surely highlights a common challenge for retired athletes, especially South Americans, where the transition from playing days to retirement is often very painful. Another point of discussion is Cafu's confidence in his own legacy. Some of his statements about his greatness have been interpreted as arrogance. He undoubtedly has the credentials to back up his claims, but football debates often value humility, and some critics have pointed out that he rarely downplays his achievements. Having said that, Cafu's contributions beyond football paint a different picture. He has been actively involved in charity work, helping underprivileged communities in Brazil, and using his influence to support social welfare programs. He hasn't disappeared from the scene after retirement and remained a respected figure all over the world. Football has changed dramatically since Cafu's prime. Fullbacks are no longer just wide defenders or overlapping runners, they're playmakers, inverted midfielders, and even goal-scoring threats. Here, we can find the answer to our question: did Cafu's playing style pave the way for this evolution, or has the game moved beyond his influence? Cafu was one of the first right-backs to fully embrace attacking responsibilities. Before his era, fullbacks were largely expected to defend and attack occasionally. This Brazilian legend flipped that narrative and proved that a right-back could be as dangerous in attack as a winger. His influence can be seen in players like Dani Alves, who took the attacking fullback role to new heights with Barcelona. Even Jules Koundé, Trent, Joao Cancelo, and Reece James owe part of their playing styles to the groundwork laid by Cafu. However, the demands on fullbacks are different today. Modern systems require fullbacks to tuck into midfield, dictate play, and offer defensive stability in transition. Cafu didn't necessarily showcase all of this in his time. His game was built on traditional wing play, unending energy, and attributes that may not be as effective in today's more structured systems. But despite this, his influence remains undeniable. The attacking fullback role, as we know it today, might not exist without Cafu. His consistency at the highest level, ability to adapt across multiple generations, and lasting impact on football's tactical evolution secures his place in history. So, in short, Cafu's legacy is a tale of dominance, longevity, and innovation. Whether he's the greatest right-back, that depends on how you define greatness. His trophy cabinet, leadership, and attacking influence are all unmatched, but modern football has evolved beyond this style of play. So, is Cafu truly the GOAT, or has nostalgia exaggerated his impact? Let us know what you think in the comments.